When Gerd Heidemann made the connection between Hitler's lost diaries and Operation Seraglio, which was an effort to save the Führer's effects during the last days of the war, he was able to convince the stern management that the diaries were genuine. Floodgates opened. Gerd and I agreed to transactions on a strictly cash basis and absolute secrecy. After all, everyone believed that my brother, an East German general, was smuggling them across the border. Whereas, actually, the publishing scoop of the century was being lovingly manufactured in my own little cellar.
Lunch in 30 minutes. I hope you like seafood paella.
Anything you put in front of me, I'd lick it clean.
Good.
So, September 4th. Admiral Horthy has kept his word. As from today, there is compulsory military service in Hungary. September 5th. Reception in the Nuremberg Town Hall. September 6th, opening of the party congress, handing over of the Reich insignia to the mayor of the town of Nuremberg. September 7th, call to the Reich's labor service, diplomatic reception in Hotel Deutsche.
Good. Excuse me, but isn't this perhaps a touch banal? For 2 million marks?
It's history, Kurt. History is frequently banal.
Look, I realize that I'm a businessman, I'm not a historian, but isn't this extremely banal, even for history? I mean, in July he spends 5 pages listing officers due for promotion. I mean, frankly, I was expecting something a little bit more exciting.
That's what gives it its ring of truth, Kurt. A mix of trivia and historical revelation.
Ah, there are revelations, you mean, besides the boring bits?
Oh, yes. Yes, at the end of each month. Fantastic revelations. Yes, did you know that Hitler was against the burning of the books? Yeah. He even thought some of the Jewish measures went too far.
Yes, well, that is interesting.
Interesting? Interesting. They'll only have to rewrite the history books. There is one diary devoted entirely to Hess's mission to England. It turns all known facts on their heads. That's why I've been risking my life.
What? How?
Look, I haven't told anybody this. Not even Gina knows. So what I have to say to you now is in the strictest confidence. You know the diaries are being shipped inside pianos. Well, apparently somebody at the factory got suspicious. So I had to cross the border myself to rendezvous with the general.
My God, you're a brave man, Gerd.
Thank you, Gerd.
You know, when they let me into the secret, I mean, it was a lot to take on board. Plus, all the money. I mean, those figures made my head swim. But now I can see that it is awfully exciting.
And with Dr. Fischer at Bertelsmann, you will be seen to be the man responsible.
There's only one thing I don't like about your story, Gerd. You're going to be doing all this driving under pressure. We'd better get you a new car.
Why have we stopped here?
Because this is where we're going to live.
I can't believe you actually rented this place.
And the apartment downstairs. Well, I needed a showcase for everything Connie sold me. Let's go, Gundala. We've got shopping to do.
When I tell the little blue la 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 la, how I love to shop with you la 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 la. We go shop, bop bop bopping, we go shop, bop bop bopping. Thanks to you, I'm looking stuff la 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 la. Mama loved to shop with my papa. He said, "Oh, your lovely notes la 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 la. Diamond trinkets, furs and books la 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 la. We will shop, bop bop bopping, we will shop, bop bop bopping. You can make my coat house best la 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 la." Mama loved to shop with her papa. Each and I don't want to stop la 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 la. Till we empty every shop la 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 la. We go shop, bop bop bopping, we go shop, bop bop bopping. Lucky you have so much gas la 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 la.
Nella piazza di San Pietro, dove ci sono notizie mischiate, ma a quanto sembra l'assassino è stato bloccato di un gruppo di scopi che lo hanno attaccato nei limiti del Rosario.
What a story. Violence, personal tragedy, conspiracy, espionage, international crisis, and vivid pictures.
They must send someone to Turkey.
Where's Heidemann?
Excellent question. Whenever I ask him to do some normal journalism, I'm told he's working with Valda.
Complain to the management.
I did. I tackled Dr. Fischer. He told me to, quote, get off Heidemann's back, unquote.
Let's see if the new managing director's any more forthcoming. Where's the phone?
Next time these lucky gentlemen understood what the management's been acquiring for them.
I cannot believe your behavior. I mean, you've been operating behind our backs. It's a cabal, a conspiracy against Henry and myself.
Fatuous left-wing paranoia.
Well, from what Dr. Fischer tells me, Peter, it should be me who's absolutely furious with you and Henry. Us? Yes, for antagonizing Gerd Heidemann and almost costing us the scoop of the decade.
The century?
Well, I'm not so sure they are such a scoop.
It's a scoop, Peter, no question. The Hess volume alone's worth its weight in gold. If it's genuine...
Of course it's genuine. They're all genuine. Do you think that Manfred Fischer would have paid out 2 million marks for forgeries?
Who's authenticated them?
Well, no one from the outside has actually formally examined them.
Heidemann wanted us to wait until all the diaries are in the safe.
You let Gerd Heidemann talk you out of an expert examination.
It made sense. We're all so confident of them.
Gentlemen, it's not so long ago the Sunday Times were confident they were buying Mussolini's diaries. After spending a great deal of money, they were proved absolutely to be fake.
I've never been easy about all this. We must have the Hitler diaries examined immediately.
I'm going to approach Henke at the Bundesarchiv, Fritz Sulzer in Zurich, and Ordway Hilton. He's on the American Board of Forensic Document Examiners. You'll have Hitler's letter to Goering for comparisons.
I don't like it. It puts Connie's brother in terrible danger.
That's why we're only sending them copies of this one page from the Hess volume. None of them will know it comes from a set of diaries. There's nothing to worry about, Gerd.
I'm sorry, Connie. It's all to do with those meddling Marxists.
Protecting the capitalist's investment.
I hope you're not offended.
Of course not. It's just business.
Well, thank you for being so understanding. Good night, Connie.
Goodbye, Gerd. You know, I'm glad you put our money into property.
Well, my father always said, no one can take bricks and mortar away from you.
I certainly hope not. Fancy a couple of drinks down the city bar?
No, no. You go. Black Forest Clinic is too good to miss.
now made a thorough examination of the documents sent to me by Mr. Henker of the Bundesarchiv, having used all the facilities available to me and the Rhineland-Pfalz Police Laboratory.
Having compared the Hess communique with Hitler's letter to Hermann Göring, there was no doubt in my mind that this is all the work of the same hand.
The script of Adolf Hitler is highly individualistic and offers a good basis for the examination of questionable handwriting. There can be no doubt that both these documents were written by Adolf Hitler.
I never doubted it, but it's good to have official authentication.
And now you can start showing some pleasure, yeah.
Now, I believe that you both have something to say to Gerd.
Yes. I'd just like to say, Gerd, that I've known you a long, long time, and that we've loved and fought as colleagues do, and that this very moment I'm very grateful and very proud of you.
Yes, and, yeah, well, Henry has taken the sentiments right out of my mouth.
Thank you both.
Good.
We're very lucky to have Henry, a premier journalist. Well, apart from the fact that he's fabulous.
You can rest assured that the tests are no criticism of you, Gerd.
Of course not, Gerd. No, but I have something to tell you. The diaries are going to be shipped by piano again.
Oh. Well, that's excellent. But I'd like you to keep the Mercedes anyway.
Oh, thank you, Gerd. There is going to be an increase in price, though. As the foreman at the piano factory is blackmailing the general. So now, in order to make a profit, my contact wants 200,000 marks per diary.
Oh. Yeah, of course. I mean, we can't stop now.
Good, Gerd.
I like that.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so say all of us.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Ready? You made this?
Yes.
I'm very touched.
So, I'm curious. Did they do extensive forensic tests?
No, Fritz Schultz said not to bother. Paper was too difficult to date.
But they were all handwriting experts.
Yes, they compared a sheet that we made a copy of with a copy of Hitler's letter to Göring. You know, the one about the Russian invasion?
The one you bought from me?
Yes, exactly. Walder thought it would make a good comparison.
And the handwriting was exactly the same.
Yes, it would be.
It was so obvious. The American said he had absolutely no doubt whatsoever. Even though he couldn't understand a word of German.
I've got some more good news for you, Gerd. My brother telephoned yesterday. You know, we always thought that there were only 27 diaries. And now it turns out there are many more. Terrific! So, if it's not too immodest, I would like to paraphrase the Führer. Here is the miracle of the age, that you have found me. That you have found me amongst so many millions, and that I have found you. This is our good fortune.
Tomorrow the world.
Tops. I'm Cesare Borgia. I'm the tops. I'm the world's greatest forger.
So, it is the destiny of West Germany to be the eyes and ears of democracy in the battle against communist imperialism. For what Adolf Hitler knew is still true today. If Bolshevism triumphs, mankind will lose the gift of laughter and joy. It will become merely a shapeless mass, doomed to grayness and despair.
I'm sure you all join me in thanking our brilliant speaker, the great English historian, David Abbey.
Speech. That last quote, where did it come from?
Oh, it was something he said at dinner. It's in a book on Hitler's table talk.
Ah, I thought perhaps it came from the diary.
Diary? He never kept the diary.
Well, you know August Presack?
Yes. I met the sycophantic old toad in Munich. Keeps writing me for a character reference.
Well, Presack swears he's seen a Hitler diary. And it's only one of a whole set that have been discovered in the East.
On May 10th, 1941, Hitler's deputy, Rudolf Hess, flew solo to Scotland. He made contact with the Duke of Hamilton and offered peace terms to end the war between Britain and Germany. This bizarre mission ended with Hess's imprisonment. The historians have told us that Hess cracked up and acted without Hitler's knowledge. Thanks to the diaries, we now know the historians were wrong. Hess sends me a personal note about the England problem. Would not have thought this Hess is so quick-witted. His note is very, very interesting. Gentlemen, this entry was made 2 years before the flight to Scotland. This proves that Hitler knew about and approved Hess's flight for peace.
Collating all the diary entries relating to Hess's mission, it is clear that there were 3 contingency plans. 1. Mission succeeds. Hitler says he agreed to plan. 2. Hess arrested. Hitler says he rejected plan. 3. Hess crashes. Hitler denies all knowledge of plan.
When Plan 3 appears, the other history books will have to be rewritten.
With Bertelsmann's connections, you'll sell this around the world.
For sure. And Plan 3 will serve as a sort of trial balloon.
Exactly. For what?
The diaries, of course. Only if a buyer agrees to our conditions and timetable for Plan 3, only if he behaves correctly, only then do I reveal the big picture and give the buyer a chance to bid for the great prize.
But how can you mention Plan 3 without talking about the diaries in the first place?
Quite simple. We say the Hess material is based on newly discovered memos.
After all, the handwriting experts never knew the page they analysed came from a diary.
In the savage world of marketing, such white lies are a minor indiscretion.
You will start to serialise Plan 3 in Stern next January, which happens to be the 50th anniversary of Hitler's election.
Why the hell start with a history lesson about Rudolf Hess? The real scoop's of the discovery of the diaries.
My dear friend, you're thinking short-term like a journalist.
Perhaps that's because I am a journalist.
Why not think like a businessman for a change? We've spent a great deal of money on this project already. The further we can stretch the material, the more satisfactory our profit will be. Just because we're making history doesn't mean we can't be cost-effective.
All right, that's settled then. We concentrate on Plan 3 for now, and we keep the diaries under wraps.
I hope you're carrying out proper forensic tests, by the way. Handwriting analysis isn't sufficient proof.
I'll be sending material to the Wiesbaden police lab.
Happy? Do we have a choice?
No. Everybody must be happy.
You're delirious.
Henry, Relax. Delaying publication gives me more time to secure the other diaries. There are dozens more.
My God, we've opened a Pandora's box.
I'd say we've struck a rich vein of gold. Yeah, I'd say that too.
Documents from Stern magazine.
Urgent?
I don't think so.
Put them over there.
Yes? Yes. Can I help you?
I'm meeting my American collaborator, Billy Price, in London next month. You know, we're doing a big project on the Hitler art. Well, I'm doing the donkey work, and he's paying for it. Anyway, he and Mrs. Billy Price were absolutely fascinated by your book. Would love to spend some time with you. At your convenience, we know you're a very busy fellow.
Well, let me check my appointments. I could manage the 9th or 10th.
Let's say the 10th. Oh, by the way, have you had a chance to write my character reference? This horrible trial is looming nearer.
Look, it's much better to deal with that when we meet. I'll see you next month.
Oh, God. I had a terrible dream, I did. I had this, breastplate, gold breastplate on me, and it's Vreeland with a sword, and it was coming towards me, and I wasn't afraid at all, and it was this, it was an ice demon coming towards me.
You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Go back to sleep.
Oh, God.
Those are genuine reproductions, speared. And that tank was part of the German spearhead into Russia I had it shipped over last year.
Very impressive property.
Well, let's face it, David, I'm a very rich man. Hell, anyone who can't become a millionaire in Houston's an asshole, boy.
Perhaps I ought to move there.
Yes, you ought to. Why, you have a lot of admirers back home with your Hitler's War.
Yeah, the way you brought him almost to life was real impressive. He always said it would take an Englishman to be objective about it. He might have been thinking of you.
He might. I thought it was time an historian attempted to see events through his eyes. It's a rather profound experience.
Now I'll offer you some vintage bourbon.
I don't drink, actually. Adolf didn't drink, you know.
Longleat is full of treasures, but nothing more fascinating than these. Every picture you see hanging here was created by his hand.
Oh, Lord Bath, it's an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, our catalogue would be pathetically incomplete without your collection. It is undoubtedly the greatest in the world.
I'm told your collection is pretty mouth-watering.
Well, Billy does have some lovely stuff, but the setting doesn't match your gorgeous home, Lord Bath.
I have to keep most of the important pieces over in my engineering company. Insurance boys insisted on that. And it's a real pain, because we do a lot of business with Jews. And when the Jews come, I have to take down the whole shooting match. I mean, it's the only sensitive thing to do, isn't it? My. I wonder what could have been in his mind when he painted that.
I'm amazed he had so much time to paint. When you consider all he was doing for his country.
He had colossal energy.
Yes, indeed. What a live wire.
You know, someday we'll be able to feed all this into a computer and get a readout on Hitler's brain.
Oh, that would be so neat.
Until then, we'll just have to pray that the rumors are true.
Rumors?
Apparently, someone has unearthed his diaries.
I'd always understood he hadn't got the patience to keep a diary.
Hitler could do anything he wanted to do. That's why he means so much to every businessman I know. He was a great example. A real green light kind of guy.
Yes, he was. August, have you heard anything about the Hitler Diaries?
Just rumors. Isn't this a wonderful painting?
Thank you for the journey and the lunch. Very agreeable.
My pleasure. You think about an introduction to the book.
I will.
Take care, boy.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
Oh, David. Could I come up? I'd like to talk with you.
Yes, and I'd like to talk with you.
What a relief to be away from that creep.
Irving?
No, not Irving. Irving's fascinating. He's a freeloader, but at least he gives you something in return. I meant pre-Sam. Dead Nazis are interesting, but hanging around a live one is extremely odious.
Now, honey, I want to bring out the absolute definitive catalog of Hitler's art, so I got to hang around with Nazis. If I was doing cancer research, you wouldn't say, how come you're hanging around with cancer patients?
You certainly know how to put things into perspective, Billy.
They've confiscated every copy. I'm accused of propagating the swastika. The trial's set for the spring. Just me against the entire Bavarian government. David, you are so respected in Germany. A character reference from you would carry great weight.
I will get to work on it. Give me some time.
Bless you, David. And if there's anything I can help you with, any research or anything...
Well, there is something you can help me with, actually. A definite quid pro quo. What do you really know about the Hitler Diaries? Hi. I saw you coming.
Oh.
Now I've really got more room to breathe. It's boom time for the Reich. I mean, there's so many goodies coming onto the market. Come on, I've really got to see this manuscript.
Who's that little thing?
It's my new assistant, Maria Modrich.
She discreet?
She knows how to keep a secret. After the victory, our people will be ready to understand the flight of party comrade Hess and appreciate what it was worth. This is completely topsy-turvy from what I always believed.
I know, it's spine-tingling, isn't it?
I feel like a midwife to history.
Well, it's not finished yet. Need a few more chapters to pad it out. Valde and Pesch lay down the facts, and I add a little zip to it. ICM are handling it in America. They're Henry Kissinger's agents.
Then they're the people for us.
Number 40.
Yeah, we're still only up to the Russian campaign.
Well, I'm sorry I can't stay longer. Gina and I are having dinner with someone who saw Marty Bormann last week.
Oh, interesting. What is it?
I don't know. I just can't seem to keep my hands off this Luger. I'm going to spoil myself. How much?
Oh, Connie thinks he can get his hands on one of his oils of Ava with the dogs. Very, very rare. Do you want me to keep you posted?
agent is Henry Kissinger! But you must keep it a secret.
What?
Everything.
Magnus, I'd like you to read this.
Oh, good.
It's from David Irving. A transcript of a conversation he had a few days ago with one of his Nazi contacts.
Bless you, David. And if there's anything I can help you with, any research, anything.
Well, there is something you can help me with, actually. A definite quid pro quo. What do you really know about the Hitler Diaries?
It's like I said at Longleat. I've heard rumors.
Otto Gunscher told me you'd held one volume in your hand.
Look, I'd do anything for you, but I can't say any more on this subject. It was very careless of me to mention it to Otto. I was pissed and foolish. But please don't press me. There's at least one life at stake, maybe more.
Prisak was so edgy, Irving decided to back off. He wants a commission from us to go to Germany. He says he can flush out the truth over there.
Let's forget it. I don't think there's anything to flush out. It's just like those loonies who tell you they saw Martin Bormann in Scunthorpe. Too weird. Besides, David Irving is not actually the kind of chap we should do business with. Did you read his last book, that uprising thing?
After the Observer called it a bucket full of slime and decided to give it a miss.
Exactly. And I think we'll give this a miss as well.
Fine, Magnus. I get the message. I'll arrange some lectures for myself and travel to Germany on my own steam. But when I unearth the most important historical discovery of the century, it will give me enormous pleasure to tell the Sunday Telegraph.
Who is it? Who is this nemesis?
Welcome back to Germany, Mr. Irving.
Well, this is a wonderful achievement. I mean, you only had, what, 28 pages of documents, and you managed to create, with all the interviews and the historical research and everything, an absolutely wonderful, marketable book. And all I can say is congratulations.
What a jolly group.
Oh, welcome to the feast.
I take it none of you have seen the morning paper. There's a rather disturbing letter from that British David Irving. Shall I read it?
Go on.
I am of the opinion that German historians are guilty of failing to explain to the German public the facts behind the Nazi crimes against the Jews. We know that Adolf Hitler's own diaries are in private hands somewhere in the Stuttgart area. German historians are taking no notice of them, and yet the Hitler diaries would surely clear up any doubt as to whether he knew or did not know of Auschwitz, Treblinka and Majdanek.
This is awful. There's been a leak. Stating the obvious is not at all useful.
What about our sales trip? We're flying to New York next week.
What do you think, Gerd?
We stay calm, Gerd.
Right, Gerd.
How the hell did David Irving find out about the diaries?
We don't know.
Eh?
We're trying to stay calm.
He's taking a flyer somewhere in Stuttgart. He's heard a rumor, that's all. He's hoping someone will come forward and put him on the right track.
I can't feel so complacent.
I'm not being complacent, Manfred. I'm being calm and logical. There's been a leak. That's extremely dangerous. I intend to plug it.
Well, thank God one of us has got a cool head.
Eh? Now, you're sure you didn't spill anything when you were, you know, in your cups?
When I drink, I sing only songs. Besides, I haven't even told Edith much about the diaries.
All right, what about Modric?
No.
Your brother?
Brother? Oh, my brother. Well, he's scarcely likely to put his own life in danger, is he? Oh, it's got to be Stiefel and one of his cronies.
Irving mustn't get sight of Stiefel's diary. A great deal of money depends upon this story being kept under wraps for, well, at least another 2 years.
Yeah, well, I'll sort it out. I mean, I'm basically a pretty easygoing type, but when I have to be, I can be strict.
Good. Be strict.
Be very, very strict.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our descent to Zurich International Airport and expect to be on the ground as scheduled at 1400.
Could you put your table, please? All bags under the seat in front of you, please. Thank you. Could you fasten your seatbelt, please?
It's not that I don't have confidence in Heidelberg. It's just that I have even more confidence in the Handelsbank.
Connie!
Is your wife here?
No, she's at the opera.
Good, that's good.
Connie, what is all this enigma?
Have you had any sudden visits from telephone engineers, TV repairmen?
No.
Good, that's very good, But I think, just for safety's sake, we should talk in the vault. Huh? Yes.
But why are we in here, not in the living room?
Bugs.
Bugs?
Possibly. Have you seen this? Do you know David Irving?
Well, I admire him, of course, but I've never actually met him. Who told him about the diaries?
Well, I thought you might have the answer to that.
No, as I say, I've never even met... August Prisak. He's in trouble for contravening anti-Nazi legislation. He's been telling everybody that Irving's going to get him off.
And you think that Prisak may have mentioned the diary to Irving?
Very likely. He runs off at the mouth.
Okay, now that's useful. Prisak may try and bring Irving to meet you. You must refuse.
I still don't understand.
We're both in a tricky situation here, Fritz. My brother thinks that somebody has shot him. He's being watched. I mean, the East would love to get its hands on all the stuff that he's shipped me over the years. I mean, it's worth... well, who knows how much it's worth? It's priceless. Apparently, 64 East German agents are working on this case, including David Irving.
David Irving is an East German agent? But he's the most right-wing historian in Britain.
A brilliant cover story. Oh, I'm really nervous. I just wanted to warn you about David Irving. Beware!
Yes? On his way up, I see.
I say that the authorities in Bonn are inhuman swine for not allowing military representation at the Rudolph funeral. In my opinion, it manifests an undeniable lack of respect for an undisputed war hero, not to accord him military honors due to him as a faithful servant of the fatherland.
You were magnificent this afternoon. Magnificent.
I don't believe you've come just to praise my speech. You want to know if I've written that reference yet?
Well, it has been on my mind.
It's finished. Please, no more touching.
Sorry.
It's rather good, I must admit. Comparing the confiscation of your work to the Nazi book burnings.
Excellent. Can I see it?
No, I'm afraid not. I still need a quid pro quo. Did you read my letter? It failed to have the effect I intended. A few historians wrote to me to say the diaries are a myth, that's all. But you know it's not a myth. You've seen one volume. And if you want your reference, I must insist that you arrange for me to see it as well.
Hello? My dear August, I've been expecting this. Well, I'm afraid you're too late. I've shipped everything out of the country, including the, you-know-what. So you can tell your East German friend to go screw himself.
I tried.
Trying is not succeeding.
David, there's something I haven't mentioned. When I appraised his collection, as a gesture of thanks, Stiefel gave me some photocopies.
Photocopies?
Of some very interesting documents, and a few pages of the diary. They're really my old age pension, but you could borrow them. That would be a quid pro quo, wouldn't it?
Perhaps. I'd have to see them first.
Of course. Tomorrow? Excellent, excellent. Shall we have breakfast?
Just leave them at the desk. I'll ring after I've had time to study the materials.
Fine. By the way, you're not from East Germany originally?
Certainly not.
I didn't think so.
The leak has been well and truly plugged.
Wonderful. You have rendered service above and beyond the call of duty.
Always glad to be of use.
And now the assault on Bantam books can begin.
Another blitzkrieg.
Louis, are you saying to me that after all this time we don't have a deal?
I'm just as disappointed as you are, but this is an unbridgeable gulf between us. You insist on retaining syndication rights. You won't guarantee authenticity, nor will you let an outside historian examine the source material. I'm sorry. The manuscript is interesting, but we simply cannot take that order of risk.
I can see it from where you stand.
Good.
Unfortunately, we cannot move from our side of the Gulf. It's a bluff?
It's a deal breaker. Can you blame him?
Then we must go elsewhere.
It's a great game against Saturday, but you got it wrong. Oh, no, I didn't get it wrong. You nailed one first. No, nailed one the second.
We're so close. Why can't you make some concessions?
No one from the outside must see those documents at the moment. They're part of something larger, much larger. All I can say is, sell Plan 3 for us and we'll let you in on the most blockbusting project ICM have ever handled. I'm promising you, Lynn, this is bigger than Kissinger.
I can't put any more pressure on Wolf. Must be galling for an American to be owned by Germans.
Well, I shall sleep better when we make a deal for Plan 3.
No problem. Nesbitt's still got Newsweek, Time, and the New York Times. I'm not worried.
Neither am I, and I'm the guy who started the financial ball rolling. Huh? You know why my hand's not shaking, Gert? Eh? It's because I'm confident that when the whole story is known, all our names will be enshrined in publishing history. Power and fame. I love them.
Yes, Yes, Fritz. You stay in Italy as long as you can. Take an extended holiday. A very extended holiday. You deserve it.
Yeah, Fritz. Take a holiday. Take a holiday, Fritz. Okay.
Connie, I've told you 1,000 times I don't want you leaving your Luger lying around. It scratches the furniture.
You used to like excitement. In the old days, before I got creative, when we smuggled so much good stuff across the border, you had a glow about you then. A housefrau on the surface, but underneath, a heart like a boiling cauldron of burning desire.
Stop being crazy. I like excitement, just not in my home.
No.
It's true, Prisak. This material is so riddled with fakes, I'm not going to waste any more time trying to sort it out. I mean, look at this. This one folder. A letter from Goering, supposedly written on his personal stationery. And the word Reichsminister is misspelled.
Is that really important?
And the trouble with you, Prisak, is you are a very, very stupid man. If even the printed letterhead of the second most important man in Germany contains an error, how can the document be anything other than a fake?
Oh, my God. I was going to sell all this for my old age.
Stop whimpering.
Would you believe the diary is a fake, too?
Did Stiefel get it from the same source as the rest of this rubbish?
Yes, all from the same source.
But to be 100% sure, the original pages would have to undergo proper forensic examination. But based on the evidence, I think we have to assume that the diary is a forgery.
Billy Price launches our book next week. It's full of artworks from Stiefel's collection.
Do you mean the art came from the same source as well?
It's all from the same man. It's fantastic, but letters, memos, the diary, oil, sketches, watercolors. Can they all really have been created by that chubby little person I met?